Season 3 teaser kicking off now. What's up, everybody? I'm Sonia Crystal Williams, your host of 10 Minute Marketing Podcast. So here we are, season 3, and I wanted to give you all a teaser today just to tell you what to expect for this upcoming season. Podcast episodes will get released weekly, so stay tuned for some really great interviews. So first, let me kind of flash back to season 2. Because if you didn't listen to season 2, we had a really big focus around community and how brands can build themselves in different ways through building communities, which covered a lot of different aspects and a lot of different ways you could think about approaching communities online, from building private communities to launching audio podcasts, private podcasts, creating Instagram groups, Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups. There were a lot of really great episodes. So if you didn't get a chance to listen to season 2, I'd say before you jump into season 3, go back to season 2, listen to some of those episodes over the next week before we start dropping season 3 episodes. You can find season 2 episodes at soniacrystal.com/podcast. Sonia with a J, not a Y, and Crystal with a C. Okay, let's talk about season 3 because I am super excited about the lineup of guests we have in season 3, as well as some of the other episodes where we'll just be digging deeper into different topics. So, as you know, if you've been listening for a while, 10-minute marketing is bite-sized interviews. Usually our interviews could range or topics can range anywhere from 10 to 20 or so minutes. And they're meant to be just kind of us getting straight to the point, giving you some really good information that you can take and run with, whether you're a marketer, whether you're a business owner, or just the person in charge of digital marketing, social media, online marketing, everything in and around that world. Typically, I interview people who are not necessarily marketers. They're entrepreneurs, or people in marketing positions that are doing things really, really well and have maybe broken the code on something that works particularly well in their business. Season 3 is going to be a little different because I've chosen a lineup of special guests who are all digital marketers in some way, shape, or form. And I curated this list of a lot of people that I know based on just like really knowing these people for years and seeing some amazing results from the campaigns that they run. I also like to think about this as like some of these people and some of the expertise and advice that they're going to drop in our short episodes are things that they charge people hundreds to thousands of dollars for. So I really want to encourage you to grab your pen and paper, or if you take notes through your phone or your laptop, like be prepared for some really good takeaways in every episode and some really great, like, here's how you do this, here's how you do that. I like to think about it as a framework of how you need to be thinking about approaching making your business stand out as we look ahead to the rest of this year and start positioning ourselves for next year. I mean, when you think about it, there's more websites now than ever before. There's more social media accounts, more people on Instagram every day, right? TikTok is still a major player. People are still trying to figure out how to take advantage of TikTok. And honestly, for me, I don't sleep on Facebook because I get a lot of traction for my own business through Facebook groups, as well as LinkedIn. I never sleep on LinkedIn because it's such a great place to take conversations online and virtually network and meet complete strangers that you have common interest with in some really great ways. So all that to say that as you're thinking ahead about your own business and how you're going to position the brand that you're managing for the rest of the year, I like to think about season 3 as kind of like a framework of how to get your brand to stand out and approach things a little differently. So one of the topics that we are going to talk about early on in the season is going to be content planning, which I'm a big believer, like before you jump into any of the tactics that you're going to execute, you need to have a really strong plan and strategy in place. So we're going to talk about that. But as we get deeper into the season, we're also going to talk about some really specific things like using quizzes for lead generation, thinking about how you need to reapproach your content writing, how you make yourself an authority so that more people are interested and attracted to your brand, product, or service. What's it like to build funnels? What do you need to do in the funnel building process? Where do influencers play a role, and can they help your brand? Can they help uplift it? Can they help bring it more visibility? Should you be running paid ad campaigns? And if so, is Google Ads a great place to be? And then what does your tech stack look like? Like, how are you organizing all of this? Because you can really get caught up in spending a lot of money on different types of software to do this and that. How do you organize that? We got someone coming in to talk about that. And we'll wrap up the season talking about a lot of other things that you need to think about functionally, because even as you have all these things in place to generate leads and sales for your business, you also got to think about how you're delegating that to your team. Do you have a team? Do you need to think about having a team? If so, how do you hold that team or yourself accountable when you're responsible for managing an entire brand and all of the online marketing that has to go into it? So this is just a snapshot of what to expect as we roll into season 3. If you've been listening for a while, I want to thank you for being a great listener, a loyal listener, and I hope you enjoy what I've got planned for this season. Feel free, look, if you've got things you want to hear in these episodes, if you got topics that you want to dig deeper into and know more about, I can always find the guests for that. So always feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram. Sonia Crystal is my handle, or find me on LinkedIn. Let's connect there. Let's get into a conversation and talk more. And I can't wait for you to hear these episodes. So until then, have a great day. Thanks for listening. Next episode dropping next week.